Konnichiwa Mina. Hello everybody, in this video I will be doing the newest One Piece chapter. So if you guys would like to see more of these types of videos from me, definitely subscribe down below. So let's get started. So we do get a colorful cover spread with the Straw Hats being a bunch of chess pieces, which is so cool, and Robin is like moving his chess pieces around, and the Straw Hats are the chess pieces, minus Robin, I guess. So really cool cover page. So I'm going to be doing One Piece chapter 1113 called Stalemate. So we get to see Vegapunk, do his speech in front of the whole world, which is so cool. So we start off with the Punk records, and then we see the girl say, with the long beard, saying, "Is this your true self, Vegapunk?" And then we see more of the Punk records. And then we cut back to Syrup Village, and we get to see Mary again, which is so cool. I really do like Mary. Like, it's been a long time, Mary. So it's really cool to see you in this chapter. And then, of course, we see Kaya. We see Ninjin, which is carrot in Japanese, and Piemon. So basically all of Usopp's, friends, we really don't care about them. Like, at least me personally, I don't care about them, but they're there. And they're around the Den Mushi waiting for Vegapunk to speak. And then one of the Marines is saying it will be starting shortly. And then we cut back to Twin Cape, where we get to see Laboon, which is awesome. And we get to see Crocus, which, if you guys did not know, Crocus is the one that lives in a giant whale. And he's the one that created the log pose for the Straw Hats to use to navigate through the rough seas, or the Grand Line at least. And then we go to Vegapunk's hometown, the futuristic island of Boldmore. So Boldmore is the hometown of Vegapunk, which is awesome. And so, like they say, no, that was Frankie. I heard he turned himself into a ship now. So was So was Frankie raised in the same hometown as Vegapunk? So that's quite interesting. And then we cut back to the Birdie Kingdom with all the birds. And then we have Hachinosu, and we see people fighting and stuff. And then we cut back to Egghead, and then we get to see Vegapunk speak through the microphone. So he's like, testing. This is Vegapunk. Like, attention, world. And so he's like, hello there. Like, is that Vegapunk saying that? I don't think so. So I think he just says testing. So he's testing the microphone, make sure it works good. And then we see the Gorosei with the long beard, like about to step on this Den Mushi, and he says that this is a decoy. So Vegapunk can create decoy Den Mushi, which makes sense because he's super smart. And then we see the bird Gorosei is destroying things. And he's like, "Screw you, Vegapunk." And then we cut to Vegapunk saying, "Fine, then we'll get started. Without further ado." And then we see everybody on the big, so people are looking at the big screen with Vegapunk, and everybody's cheering. They're really excited for Vegapunk's speech, as am I. I'm very excited about what he has to say. And Yeah, so we get another panel with the punk records, and it looks like it's being destroyed by fire. And then we cut back to the Boar saying, yeah, so we see the boar, and then we cut to, not Crocus, Rayleigh. So we cut back to Rayleigh, and he says he means to finish, what O'Hara started. And then we cut back to Saturn. This won't be a repeat of Clover. So, like, it makes me think, was the Gorosei, I guess, the main reason why O'Hara was destroyed? So, like, does Kuzan work for the Gorosei? So, yeah, so maybe Kuzan works for the Gorosei, and he was ordered by the Gorosei to burn down O'Hara, to take down Robin's mom. And yeah, so tragic, just so tragic. Horrible people, the Gorosei. They're horrible people. So then we cut back to Sanji running with Vegapunk like on his shoulder. So yeah, that's interesting. And then we hear Sanji saying, "Banchan needs me." And then we see Sanji do an axe kick on the Samurai Gorosei with Vegapunk over his shoulder. Good job, Sanji. Thumbs up to you. And let's see. Yeah, so then we see Bonnie yelling, "Sanji," probably saying, like, "What are you doing here?" And then we see Dory and Broggy fighting. Well, no. I guess I lied. We see Keshi and Omomo fighting. And then we cut back to Stella. So I guess, yeah. So Vegapunk, I guess, falls from Sanji's shoulder, and then Stella, catches him. And then we see Bonnie using her distorted future. And then like it looks like she's about to stomp the Samurai Gorosei. And then we cut back to Rayleigh saying, "I believe that we will soon be executed for my transgressions." So this message will be programmed to broadcast. So what kind of transgressions did Vegapunk had? I guess we'll find out through this speech. And then we cut back to Sabondi, and everybody's watching the big screen. And then we cut back to Caesar, and then he's like yelling like, I refuse to accept this. You're lying, you." And then you know what he says if you guys have read the chapter. You can't just die. We teamed up so we can surpass you." So Caesar and Vegapunk. So maybe that's one of Vegapunk's transgressions. Like Caesar and Vegapunk teamed up. So yeah. And then we see Morgan, spreading the word. Like, hey, what's the big idea with this massive broadcast? Is he trying to kill print media, even so? Oh, so Vegapunk is taking the spotlight from Morgan. That's kind of funny, actually. And then we cut back to Vegapunk. So, is Vegapunk doing his speech while he's unconscious? Is that what's happening? I want to make one thing clear that I pray you understand this. Please do not assume that the ones who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they may seem to be. I do not intend to discuss right and wrong here. Leave us alone. I am not qualified to judge such things, and I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. And so we cut back to Saturn facing against the Straw Hats. And then he stares at Robin. And he's like, oh, you must be Nico Robin. The woman Hakainu let slip through his fingers. So he knows about that. So he's in charge of that. He's in charge of why O'Hara was burned to the ground. So he's after her now. So it's like I feel so bad for Robin. Robin just can't catch a break. Like, like the Marines were after her, the world government was after her, like the CP members, and then the Gorosei are after her. I'm like, Robin just can't catch a break. And then so it looks like Saturn is after Robin, and then Nami kind of like who pushes her out of the way. And then the last part of Vegapunk's speech is that he says, with that said, it is still my duty to ensure everyone is aware of this issue. And then he's all like, how cut to the chase. Our world is going to sink into the ocean. And then we get a little bit underneath the ocean where we see Shirahoshi and the rest of the mermen and mermaids that are in that world. So that is the end of the chapter. So I don't see a break here because I read the spoilers before I read the actual chapter, and the spoiler said that there's going to be a week break. But for this one, I'm not seeing that. So I don't know if we're going to be having a One Piece chapter next week or not. I guess we'll soon find out. So, yeah. So my thoughts about the chapter. Like, I feel it was like okay. We like it is nice to see like everybody around the world. Like it's nice to see Vegapunk's like hometown. Yeah, so that's quite interesting, but I definitely cannot wait for the next chapter. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this video down below. Like, and also, what do you guys think of the chapter? I would love to know. So, yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time. Matane!